Hey guys, Teresa Foster here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Today I created this green makeup look because May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And this is something that's personal to me. I've been diagnosed with major depressive disorder, a generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, and PTSD. So mental health is something that I've learned is really important, and I know a lot of people struggle with it. It's a common thing, and I think it's important to normalize talking about it. Just remember that you have a voice, and that voice can help others feel like they're not so alone. So if you want to see me create this makeup look, go ahead and keep watching. So I already moisturized and did my brows off camera. I just used my Morphe Micro Brow Pencil for my brows. So now I'm going to prime my eyelids, and lately I've been using this Marc Jacobs Remarkable Concealer to prime. It's in a pot, so it's kind of the same consistency as a eyeshadow base. So the next thing I'm going to do is conceal. So I'm still recovering from a few blemishes down here because I picked the crap on my skin and then it ends up scarring, so I don't recommend doing that. But I'm going to conceal those, and I'm going to conceal my under eye bags. I'm going to go into my Maybelline Fit Me powder, and I'm going to take a good amount on my sponge. And then I'm doing that trick where I put it all under my eyes for eyeshadow. Okay, so we're doing green for the eyeshadow today, and I'm going to be using this palette. This is the Morphe 35i Icy Fantasy. This is a really pretty palette. It's got lots of pastel shades, and there's a few green pastel shades, so those are the ones that we're going to be dipping into today. Alright, so the first shade I'm dipping into is this light green shade here called Echo. And I'm going to be putting that in the crease. I'm just putting this right in the crease area. Patting that in. And then doing windshield wiper motions. And then tiny circular motions. And I'm dipping into a little bit more of that to build up that pigment. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. So since we're doing green for Mental Health Awareness Month, I've struggled with my mental health from a pretty young age. I first started identifying my depression when I was like 12 years old, and I was getting into self-harm and all that stuff, and I struggled with that for a really long time. And then I didn't actually end up getting any help until I was 19. And even then, when I got help, I didn't really stick with it. So then I kind of went towards a downward spiral. And then when I was 21, I went back, found a new psychiatrist, a new therapist, and I've been sticking with it ever since. So you just have to make sure you're finding the right help. So now I'm going to cut the crease, and I'm going to go back into the Marc Jacobs concealer and just using a flat packing brush to cut the crease. So when I'm cutting the crease, you just want to stamp out the shape of your eye. So you want it to curve, go down, and then curve back up at the end. I'm just going to stamp this right at my crease. So now I'm going to take the shade Daze, which is this green shimmer shade, and I'm going to put that all over the lid. So I'm dipping into that, and then I'm spraying it. When you spray it, it just helps the metallic pop a lot more and it's a lot shimmerier. So I'm going to put this all over the lid where I just cut my crease. Now I'm going in with another shimmer shade, and that's this shade right here, Mystical. And this is kind of more like a topper shade, so like it's not going to be super pigmented. It's a little more sheer, so that's why I put a shimmer underneath of this shade. I'm dipping into that, spraying my brush. I'm going to put this right on top of that other shimmer shade. Alright, so now I'm going to get ready to do my lower lash line, so I'm just going to wipe the powder away. So now I'm going to go back into that first matte green shade I used. And I'm just going to buff this on the lower lash line using back and forth motions. So I'm doing it right below my waterline, buffing and blending that out. Alright, so we're not done with the eyes yet. I have this green sparkly eyeliner. I just got this from Amazon. It doesn't even say like what brand it is, so I have no idea. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to line the crease, and then I'm also going to line down here and connect it with the other line. So I'm just going to cut the shape of my eyelid just like when I cut the crease, and then do regular liner down here until the two connect. So I'm just following the shape of my eye, the shape of that cut crease. Now I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to do the second eye. Alright, now that that's done, I'm going to take this BS Mall brush for my inner corner highlight, and I'm dipping into the shade Flash Freeze, which is this white shade right here, but it has like green hues to it, so that's going to look really nice. Giving it a spritz always. Okay, so now we're going to move on to bronzing the face, and today I'm using the Wander Beauty bronzer in the shade Trip to Costa Rica. Just tapping in, and then like I've said before, I'm going to draw a line from my ear almost to the corner of my mouth and bronze up the face. I talked about how I have struggled with mental illness from a young age, and I recently actually just got out of a part-time hospitalization program. I was having a lot of suicidal thoughts. I had a plan. I wouldn't say I necessarily had the intention, but I had a plan, and I was cutting myself again, and I was just really not doing well. And I ended up having an appointment with my psychiatrist, and I told her all my symptoms, what I'd been struggling with, and she recommended this program, the part-time hospitalization program. So I went there for 10 days, and honestly, I came out a changed person. I learned a lot there, and it really helped. And had it not been for the coronavirus, I'm not working right now. So, you know, had that not happened, I wouldn't have taken off the time to go get the help that I needed and do that program. So I'm, you know, semi-grateful for this, you know, craziness that happened, because it did allow me to do the program. We did have to wear, like, masks and stuff like that, and they were on limited staff, but, you know, I still got the help that I needed. So I'm very grateful for that. Now I'm going to go back in with my powder, and I'm just going to chisel out my cheekbones, drawing that line from my ear all the way to my mouth. For blush, I'm going into this Ofra Cosmetics. It's a Madison Miller collaboration, and it's in the shade All I Need Is Love. So it's a pretty like peachy shade. So I'm just going to dip into that. And I'm going to focus this on the apples of my cheeks. Dab it on there and then swipe up just a little bit. Now I'm going to dust away the powder. I never leave it on for too long because I don't really like too harsh of a line. That's why I diffuse it out as well. So now I'm going to spray my face before highlighter. And I do press everything in with my beauty sponge after so that it really sinks into the skin and it's not just sitting on the skin. So I press my bronzer and my blush in. So for highlighter, I'm actually not using a real highlighter. I'm going to go back into this palette and use the shade Mystical as a highlighter because I want like more of a green vibe for highlighter. So I'm just going to dip in with my highlighting brush. I'm just going to put this on the tops of my cheekbone. It's very sparkly. And I'm going to take this all the way up to like my temples. And then I'm going to go in with the other green shimmer shade that I used on my eyes. So the shade Dazed. That one's a little more pigmented, so the green's going to show up a little bit more. So now that I look like a green machine, I'm going to go in with lips now. I don't have any green lipstick, so I'm just going to stick with a nude. I'm going in with this NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Abu Dhabi. And now that that's on, I'm going to do a gloss also. So this is the Ultra Glossy Lip. It's the Bretman Rock collaboration with ColourPop, and this is in the shade I See You. So this is a really pretty kind of gold shimmery shade, kind of gold, kind of bronzy. Okay, I've been waiting to do my mascara and curl my lashes because I wanted to make sure the eyeliner was completely dry, otherwise the sparkles would get everywhere. So I'm gonna do that quickly off camera. Alright guys, so that's this makeup look all complete. Green for Mental Health Awareness Month. If there's anything you guys want to see me do, a challenge, if you want to see my brow routine, anything like that, any video ideas you have, let me know in the comments below. Stay safe, stay home, love you all.